What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to the NCPL. This is the very first week of Season 4. You're going up against Chase, coach of the Big Island Buizels, and I'm really nervous. That's all I can really say about it. I have a team builder video. I highly recommend you check that out before watching this, because there's a lot of thought that goes into each and every one of these teams, and, well, watching the battle will hopefully be more enjoyable if you know exactly why I bring each mon, why I have each move, why I have each EV spread the way it is. But regardless, this is our first week. This is the, I don't know, the tone setter for the rest of the season. I'm really hoping we can start strong, but let's see what he has. We'll accept his challenge, and oh my goodness, no Infernape. No Infernape. I'm actually really happy that there's no Infernape. By Barrel. Lizzie joins. Zero is number one. That's creative. So looking at his team off first glance, Golurk is a threat. Golurk is definitely a threat. I am not excited to see Togekiss, because Togekiss just flinches things and is really annoying in that sense. Ampharos can really hit hard on the special side. Exploud hits really hard on the special side. If I had to guess, he's definitely running more offense, I would say, than defense this week. With a physically offensive Bibarrel, obviously special offensive, Exploud, physically offensive Golurk. It's his only rocker though, so it might be running more of a, what's it called, bulkier support set with Stealth Rock, rather than like a Life Orb, Iron Fist set, or something like that. Togekiss is probably his special bulk. Ampharos might actually be his physical bulk this week around. He could be running Scarf Drapion. I wouldn't be surprised if he was running Scarf Drapion. I'm really happy to see no webs. I don't have to worry about that at all. Trick Room probably won't be too big of a deal. Let's see here. What do I lead with? I want to get up my rocks ASAP. He has Togekiss for hazard removal. What does he lead with? He might lead off with Golurk though. I could lead with Porygon 2. I take a hit from anything. I just don't want to deal with Drapion's knockoff. I think Porygon 2 could be the safe start. There's also Raikou, which could Volt Switch on just about everything. I could also lead Greninja. And scare out a potential Golurk. I think Porygon 2 is a safe lead. I'm gonna lead with Porygon 2 then. Hit him up with a nice good luck, have fun, and get things going. Yeah, Porygon 2, I'm definitely gonna want to, oh, he leads off with this. We get an attack boost, which is unfortunate. But what does he want to go into here? I can Thunderbolt this thing right off the bat and potentially get some good damage off. At +2, this thing is scary, but my T-Bolt should OHKO it unless he's got some bulk, so I'm just going to T-Bolt right off the bat. My Porygon 2 puts in a lot of work this week, actually, so I'm definitely going to want to protect my Porygon 2's HP. Ice Beam hits Golurk really hard. Ice Beam's going to hit Mega Ampharos. Ice Bolt, or like Bolt Beam is going to hit Togekiss really hard. Yeah. Drapion is the only thing that really takes a hit decently well, I'd say. And threatens us out with knockoff. So I'm definitely going to want to make sure I keep my Porygon 2 healthy. I can very safely go for a Thunderbolt here and get some damage off on something. And if it's not Drapion, I can afford to even stay in Toxic, whatever's left. Oh man, wish I got a special attack boost. For those that don't know, the download ability. What? Stealth Rock by Barrel? What? That is not in a million years what I expected. It's that's a new one. I guess you see something new. Learn something new every day. I didn't even know Bibarrel had Stealth Rock. So we did 38 damage. So we're looking, it's like it's going to take 3 more hits to potentially knock this thing out with Thunderbolts. So I'm going to go for Toxic, knowing that I could go for Toxic in probably, or it's going to take at least 3 more hits. So I could probably Toxic and then go for 2 Thunderbolts and knock it out. Yeah, probably. Whereas if he switches as well, like, I also can Toxic if he wants to bring something else in, like Ampharos or Golurk. So I'm going to Toxic here. He goes for Super Fang. Oh, well, that's neat. I didn't anticipate that. Super Fang Bibarel. Huh. You know what? I'm gonna pull up Smogon's page for Bibarel because I do not know enough about this Pokemon. What? No, Smogon is down for maintenance. No. All right. We're gonna head over to Cerebi then and see if we can find out a little bit more about this. Gosh. Let's take a look in the Gen 7 decks. Does this thing get like superpower? It does get superpower. He's very bulky though. Actually, I should take a look and see how much HP he's got to have. So if he's an Adamant Life Orb Bibarel, he would have been OHKO'd by my Porygon 2's +1 Thunderbolt. So I'm going to give him a lot of Spadef because he definitely has a lot of Spadef so that I'm not at +1. Yeah, he's got to be like max HP, max Spadef to actually take this on. Yeah, he's max HP, max Spadef. So if he has superpower, what an interesting Bibarel set. He's not Life Orb, he's not max attack. Superpower is going to do 29 to 35% to us. The question is, does he get knockoff? He does not get knockoff. So I am actually, here's the music, guys. I'm actually pretty okay with staying in and probably just clicking recover. If he wants to Super Fang me, that's fine. Actually, no, recover's the play after a Super Fang. I can Thunderbolt here. I see Super Fangs, which is fine. I T-Bolt, he's at 40%, so now I just click recover. I definitely just click recover now and keep my Porygon 2 healthy. He can go for Waterfall potentially. He can go for Return if he wants to. Oh. So this thing is actually putting in a lot of work. It's actually putting in a lot of work. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. That's annoying, because it's going to be difficult to manage to recover up with my Porygon 2 unless I'm in Trick Room potentially, or I'm up against maybe Golurk. Yeah, I don't like that, because especially when I come in next time, I'm going to have, 38.5% health because of rocks. That's well done on his part. He can afford to just go for Super Fang here. I don't want anything to take Super Fang damage. I really don't. Do I have to worry about priority on his team? I don't. I could go into Garchomp, because I don't mind as much if Garchomp takes that damage. Darn, that's really annoying. Good stuff to chase. Like I said in the team builder, he brings some really interesting sets that are like hard counters to certain mons he has difficult time to deal with. So like it seems like he kind of went all in with one of these sorts of sets for like an anti-lead of some sort. And he can just safely go for Super Fang here. The question is, what do I want to actually take Super Fang damage? I don't want to give up my Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is really important. But the thing is, it's not going to be able to switch in on any attacks really at this point. I think I go into Raikou here. Or do I go into Greninja? Does Greninja really scare out just about everything? Let me see how much it does to Golurk. Given that Golurk doesn't have rocks in this case, he might be a much more offensive Golurk than anticipated. But I want to have Life Orb hits with my Greninja. Darn, this stinks. This just straight up stinks. Good stuff on Chase. Good stuff on Chase. I probably let my Garchomp take it. Because I don't need health on that as much. And yeah, I take less from rocks on switch-ins, and it's not like I'm taking Life Orb recoil. And yeah, that's kind of the mentality here. I do invite Togekiss, which means I can potentially go into my Bronzong. Or my Raikou. Start Calm Minding up. Yeah, that was good. That Vipero definitely throwing me off. Bit upsetting that my Porygon 2 is already this low. I think the only way I'm going to be able to recover it very well is if I pull a double into it on something like Ampharos. And maybe his Golurk, depending on what set it is. Maybe Togekiss even, but I then have the chance to get flinched down. So the only way I might be able to recover up my Porygon 2 is if I set up Trick Room with Bronzong. And I get it in on something and can start recovering up as the Trick Room goes on. So that's definitely putting me in a worse position than I'd like. How much does Porygon 2 take from an offensive... What's it called? Oh, he moved? He goes into X-Cloud. Question is, what does he go for here? Does he have Fire Blast? Is he just going to go for a Specs Boom Burst and put in a lot of work? I think so. I'm going to go... My Bronzong's my switch in here. Bronzong is definitely my switch in here. Although Fire Blast does a lot of damage. Boom Burst into... If he's Modest Specs, Boom Burst into Fire Blast will KO after Rocks. I think. Yeah. Or it has a small chance to, actually. Do I knock this out? X-Bot is decently bulky. Could be Scarf. I don't even know if he's Choice Specs or not yet. But not in Focus, I did. Outrage is still doing a decent amount. I think I am going to go into Bronzong here. Darn. I'm gonna have to get over that Porygon 2 is weakened. As he goes for Boom Burst. That does 20%. 20%! So what kind of an X-Cloud is he? For his Boom Burst to do 20% to my Bronzong. So Choice Specs Modest would do 28 to 33. So if I had to guess... Wait, did I see an item on him? No, I didn't. So he might be Choice Scarf. Because... that was what? 19.8%. That puts him in Modest range. So if he is, let's say, timid, he could be timid, he could be Modest. He could be a Scarf X-Cloud. That's very possible. But either way, I'm pretty clear of... what's it called? Fire Blast at this point, and he doesn't know if I'm heat proof or not. So I think I'm going to set up my own Stealth Rock. As he goes into Drapion, not too surprising, it covers the Toxic, it can now go for Knockoff pretty safely. I think what I am going to do... I don't have great knockoff switches because I don't have Mega Scizor. What do I want to knock off with? Or what do I want to get knocked off? It's too early in the game to let my Gliscor get knocked off. I don't want to give up my Scarf Garchomp because I'm pretty sure he's Scarf X-Cloud. Maybe Raikou? Do I plan on taking hits with Raikou? Greninja needs the Life Orb for the damage. There's no doubt about that. I could go into... I could essentially sack Porygon 2, but that's not what I'm looking to do. I think Raikou needs its item the least. Well, it could be really helpful against Ampharos and Togekiss. I definitely want to keep Bronzong around. Yeah, probably Raikou. Probably Raikou. We'll switch into Raikou here. Sadly, I'm gonna lose my leftovers. That did 60%! That did so much damage! Why did that do so much damage? He's gotta be Adamant. Or, that did 59.6. That's gotta be like Adamant Scarf knockoff. Or like, Adamant Max Attack, because there's no Life Orb. I guess we find out if he's Scarf or not this turn. I think I'm just gonna Thunderbolt here. That did so much damage. So he's not scarfed. He's gonna knock us out. Now what we can do is we can potentially go into... How much did my Thunderbolt do? My Thunderbolt did 41.7. So... my Thunderbolt did 41.7. My calc is telling me I should have been doing 60 to 70%. So he's got to have quite a bit of HP. I did 41.7. Is he Assault Vest? Is he like max attack Assault Vest? I think that might be what's going on here. And if that's the case, my Greninja will probably not knock him out with something. No. Very unlikely. Maybe with Surf, but like, no. Or no, definitely not with Surf even. So if he's max attack AV, I could go into Garchomp here. Yeah, Earthquake is definitely going to knock this out. Could try to pull a double, go into Earthquake, or go into Garchomp, threaten with Earthquake as he goes into Togekiss, and then switch into like Bronzong again or something. Actually, I think I'm going to go into Gliscor. Yeah, I like Gliscor the most here, because I can go for Protect and activate my Poison Heal, and then I don't even need my Toxic Orb, and that makes me a great knockoff switch-in the future. He doesn't know if I'm offensive or not, so he might switch out, but he'll probably stay in and just go for knockoff, if I had to guess, on our Protect. But yeah, I'll just be happy to get my Poison Heal activated, because then we get reliable recovery, and like I said, it doesn't matter if our item gets knocked off, so that'll make me a great Drapion switch-in the future. Oh man, sad Raikou didn't get to do a lot of work. It would have been really helpful against Togekiss, and potentially even Ampharos. I need to get rid of Togekiss. If Togekiss is gone, Garchomp cleans up, so... he's probably very confused right now, wondering like, why did I bring in Gliscor, which hasn't had an activated Toxic Orb yet on a Gliscor that is clearly running knockoff. I think my Earthquake would knock him out too. Maybe not. No, my Earthquake would. He goes into Golurk. Alright. He's Leftovers Golurk. So that is good to know. That is good to know. Leftovers Golurk. We take an Ice Punch. We actually do. I could switch into Greninja here on the Ice Punch. It's kind of scary, but I don't know what he wants to do. He could Rock Polish here. We do outspeed this thing. We definitely outspeed it. He's got to be running Ice Punch. But he's bulky. He's bulky, so I don't know if my Greninja will actually knock it out. It probably will. But if he's like max HP, maybe not. Depends. This is tough. This is tough. I want to go into Bronzong really badly and go for a Toxic. I'm not in a good position actually. I'm gonna Protect, get a little bit of health back. So he goes for Fire Punch, anticipating the Bronzong potentially. Now I Toxic. It's my best play. Definitely. Yeah, he's forced to play around with potential Shadow Punches, Ice Punch switch-ins, all that stuff. He goes for Earthquake. See, this is exactly why I brought the defensive core I did. He's not sure if I'm going to go into potentially Porygon 2 on an anticipated Shadow Punch. He's not sure if I'm going to go into Bronzong on anticipated Ice Punch. He's not sure if he needs to go for Fire Punch to hit Bronzong super effectively, Dynamic Punch to hit Porygon 2 super effectively, Ice Punch to hit Gliscor, Earthquake to hit Greninja on a potential Ice Punch. This is why I have these Mons. So now that I've Toxiced him, I can afford to Protect. Actually, no. I'm going to Substitute. There's the Ice Punch. There is the Ice Punch. Okay, well, sadly, this is what it comes down to. This is what it comes down to. So he's run Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Earthquake, probably Shadow Punch as well. He's not sure if I'm going to switch or not, but now, because I speed crept him, I'm at 230 speed. I'm faster than any Golurk can be without a Scarf or some other stat boost. I can Protect and Substitute and Protect and Substitute consecutively, and he will not be able to weaken me, and he will just die to Toxic. So he goes into this. Is he going to defog away rocks? I would love to Toxic this. He could be running HP Ice. He could be trying to just flinch me down. He might defog here. This might be my chance to recover my Porygon 2. Let's see here. He would need to flinch me 2 times in order to keep me from recovering with my Porygon 2. He could be running Heal Bell. Oh, he could be a Heal Bell set. He could be a Heal Bell Togekiss. If so, that's really annoying. How much does my Gliscor take from Togekiss? Air Slash. Depends on how much special attack investment he has, but it has a good chance to break my Substitute. I could spam Toxic here. Greninja is probably not doing enough. Nah, not enough. Close, but not enough. I could go into Bronzong here and just make sure I get my rocks up if he wants to defog them, and I can just click Toxic. I think that's my move. He could Nasty Plot and then go for Flamethrowers potentially. Yep. Which is annoying. So my Bronzong, how much do I take from a Flamethrower from Togekiss? At +2, I'm taking a lot of damage. A lot more than I want to. The question is it worth it to Trick Room right now? I could Trick Room and then Gyro Ball. My Gyro Ball is doing quite a bit of damage. Yeah, this is scary. This is scary. This is why I wish I had Raikou. But we're gonna live a Flamethrower, probably. Unless he's got a lot of special attack investment. I definitely need to get rid of this Togekiss, and then Garchomp can potentially win. Garchomp or Greninja, for that matter. But this is also really helpful for X-Cloud. I think I Trick Room here. I Trick Room here, and then I Gyro Ball. And if I die, then I can just go into Porygon 2 and threaten him out with an Ice Beam. I think that might be the play. The thing is, if I lose Bronzong, I lose a good answer to Ampharos and potentially Mind Games with Golurk and a good switch into X-Cloud. So what is the play here? Do I Trick Room and then go into Porygon 2 and like sack that, or we're in a bit of a pinch? Actually, I think that might be the play. You can definitely recover up with Porygon 2. I think I'm gonna Trick Room here. Fire Blast. Oof. Heavy hitting. So we Trick Room up. We can go for Gyro Ball here. I'm okay with sacking Bronzong if I can get Gyro Ball damage off on Togekiss. So this is not the the Heal Bell Roost Defog support set I anticipated. You can definitely go for Gyro Ball here. The question is, does he stay in? Does he stay in? Get some good chip. Okay, so we get a good amount of damage on him. Oh, but he's just going to be able to roost off all of that. Toxic. Clicking Toxic right away. We need to make sure this thing does not heal up on us like that. He could go into Drapion here. That would be a really good move. But he stays in to go for Roost again, which is fine. Now what I'm going to do is... he could be running Heal Bell still, I guess. No, he's got to be running Air Slash. Nasty Plot, Fire Blast, Roost, Air Slash. That's got to be his moveset. We're going to make sure that whenever he comes in next... How much did my Gyro Ball do? 45? He's got to be running some bulk on this then. Like, a good amount of defense, actually, it seems. Yeah, he's max defense. Max defense. Togekiss. Okay. We could spam Gyro Ball here now. He might just Fire Blast. I kind of want to go Porygon 2 so that I can recover next turn before Trick Room ends. And then keep Bronzong around. I think that's what I'm going to do here. I think that's the play here. And we get the special attack boost, which is really nice. So now I can afford to recover here, and I'm sitting at +1. So let's get all this HP back. I'm also sitting at +1, so I threaten him out with a Thunderbolt or Ice Beam because of my download. He's Baton Pass. Baton Pass into Scarf X-Cloud. Well, this is not good. This is not good, to say the least. This is not good. This is not good. Oh boy. So he's Scarf X-Cloud at +2. Let's see if my Garchomp will knock him out. That's the real deal here. Or real deal here. Not that. X-Cloud. So Garchomp's Outrage does 81 to 96. He might have some HP though, so I'm probably not going to be comfortable until he's 75-ish, which means I might have to sack. I might have to sack my Greninja to go for a Water Shuriken to put him in range. And Boom Burst is going to go past my substitute with Gliscor, so it's not like I can really do much with that. How much does Porygon 2 take from a +2 Boom Burst? He's definitely Scarf, Modest. He could be Timid. He could be Timid. But at +2... At +2, he's actually not doing all that much. He's doing 52 to 62% if he's Modest. Which means I could actually recover it off and Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Basically, it's now pick my sack. Pick my sack. Greninja can win this game if X-Cloud is gone. So what I could do is sack Bronzong here, go into Garchomp, like click Outrage if I wanted to. That would essentially be sacking Garchomp though, and then I would have to rely on Greninja to win this pretty much. I could Toxic here, or I could Thunderbolt for some consistent damage, but then my Porygon 2 is back to weakened and not that helpful, and I won't have the chance to recover it up again. This is a tough situation. How much does my Gliscor take from this? Ooh. Oko. I think sacking Bronzong is my only play here, and then it's a matter of, do I go into Garchomp? Actually, he'll have another turn of Toxic, so I can probably afford to go for Earthquake rather than... Actually, no, I still would have to go for Outrage. But that basically forces him to sacrifice Amon or to go into Togekiss. Yeah, I gotta sacrifice Bronzong here. Just what it comes down to. Oh wait, no, he's not Toxic. Why did I think he was Toxic? I think Greninja, outside of this, Greninja can definitely win me the game best. So I think I do have to go into Garchomp and click Outrage here to put him in Water Shuriken range. Yeah, I think that's the play here. I go Garchomp and click Outrage. It has a chance to KO. No, it doesn't actually. It doesn't even. Let's see how much Greninja's Water Shuriken does to this. It's gonna do... Okay, let's see if it gets only 2 hits. 2 hits with Water Shuriken would do like 18% minimum. So I need to make sure I'm doing 70% minimum with my Garchomp. This is on an X-Cloud with some HP investment too. So I do need to go for Outrage. Alright, let's go into Garchomp and click Outrage, otherwise I'm toast. So we'll click Outrage here. Maybe, hopefully we scare him out, but we're probably not going to knock him out. Yeah, which is fine. So, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary there. Now we go into Greninja, and we click Water Shuriken. And knock this monster out. Jeez. So now all of the offensive pressure is on Greninja. Greninja needs to clean up this game. I do think the team that I have left can do it. They can do it. Golurk is Toxic, Togekiss is Toxic, I can Toxic Ampharos, and I can win this with Gliscor just by substituting and protecting, probably. And Gliscor can beat Drapion. So, like, I still think I'm in this. I'm definitely behind, but I can definitely do this. He's got to bring something in. He can't bring Golurk in. He might bring Drapion in. I might knock that out after Rocks damage, because he is Assault Vest. He'll come in after Rocks. He'll be at like what, 46%? See how much? Is Greninja gonna take us home? Suyu-chan gonna take us home? Let's see. Drapion, it's max HP. I think it's like max Spadef, or no, it's max attack, Assault Vest. So my Surf has a good chance to knock that out. Depends on if he has HP investment or not. After Rocks, of course. You might have to go into Ampharos here and mess around with Mega or not. After Rocks, I should be able to knock out Togekiss with Ice Beam. So I think Greninja can actually do this. I think Greninja can do this. I outspeed everything on his team. And I should get sufficient chip. What kind of an Ampharos is he? I don't know. I actually don't know if we're forced to Mega. Ampharos can actually take a Life Orb Ice Beam potentially as a chance to live it. Pretty good chance. So I'm not going to risk that. Greninja is definitely my win condition at this point. So I need to protect Greninja at all costs. Doesn't have priority. I just have Rock Switch-ins, yeah. This is one of the things that can potentially take a hit if it's bulky enough. So on a potential electric type attack, I think I'm going to go into Porygon 2. I don't know if he can, I don't know what kind of a set he is, but he could be very defensive, whether physical or special, and that gives him a chance to live it. So what if he is an offensive Mega Ampharos? Unless he goes for Focus Blast, I think we're doing alright. He could Volt Switch here. How does my Gliscor take attacks from this thing? He could go for the HP Ice here. I think I'm going to go into Gliscor. Do I go into Gliscor? Do I risk the HP Ice? Do I risk him going for HP Ice here? If he's max special attack modest, it will knock me out most of... It has an 80% chance to OHKO my Gliscor. If he's not max special attack, he probably won't knock me out. I think I'm going to go Gliscor. He's probably going to Dragon Pulse here, if I had to guess. He's probably going to Dragon Pulse here. Any chip damage on any other Mon, actually all chip damage is appreciated at this point. It's just putting things in safer ranges for Greninja to KO. This is a big turn. I don't know if he has the HP Ice or not. I feel like he would have brought it as a counter to Mega Scizor with static and such. So I think he's running Hidden Power Fire more so than anything else. Porygon 2 takes hits well, but it gives him the opportunity to switch into other things. Let me rethink this. Gliscor or Porygon 2? He could be running Focus Blast. Do I think he's specially offensive? Actually, he's got physically defensive Togekiss, he's got an Assault Vest Drapion, he's got a bulky Golurk, he's got a Choice Scarf X-Cloud. And he had a lead Vibaro. What an interesting team. But I don't think he's going to be running a very, very specially offensive Ampharos. Maybe I think Porygon 2 might be the better switch here. Let's see. What speed does Porygon 2 hit? Will I outspeed it? Unless he's got speed investment, yeah. So I think that's important. I think I'm going to go Porygon 2 here. Because even if he goes for Focus Blast, I definitely live that, and then I get to go for an Ice Beam. And that will weaken everything, and even if he switches out, when he switches in the next time, he'll be in Ice Beam range, depending on how bulky he is and if he's specially bulky or not. And I'm more okay with potentially losing Porygon 2 to a crit Focus Blast from a modest max special attack Mega Ampharos than I am to a random Hidden Power Ice from Gliscor, which can basically Earthquake the Drapion and Sub-Protect on everything else. So there's the Mega Evolution as he goes for T-Bolt. And that did how much? 27.5%. Alright, Mega Ampharos' Thunderbolt did 27.5%. Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a modest max special attack Mega Ampharos. This is not going to be taking hits very well. The question is, does he have Focus Blast? I can actually afford to recover here if I want to. Focus Blast from max special attack modest is going to do 45 to 54%. Meaning I could either gain or lose about 4% HP every single turn that I recover when he Focus Blasts. Focus Blast is a 70% chance to hit me and a 10% chance to special defense drop. So in the long term, recovering, I would win that battle. He could be agility. I don't think Ampharos gets any special attack boosting stats or moves. So I do think recover is my play here. If he has Focus Blast and he outspeeds me because of speed investment, he has to hit me and get a roll. If he doesn't outspeed me, I recover, and then I could take on his Focus Blasts. But if I outspeed him, I can go for damage on the next turn with Ice Beam. Yeah, I'm gonna recover here. He might go into Drapion here. If he wants to go into that, that's fine. Because I can go into Gliscor super safely now that I already have my Poison Heal activated. And he will just be giving me rocks damage on that, which makes my Greninja's Surf on it a much cleaner kill. I don't have to worry about potential rolls or potential Spadef HP investment on that. So I'll just recover here. Man, Porygon 2, crux of the team right now. He switches, he does go into Drapion. Alright, cool. So we are sitting near full health. He's at 47%. My play is 100% Gliscor here. He can knock off my Toxic Orb. Totally cool. Totally cool. The more you switch your Pokemon, the more into Greninja range they become. So like, the more switches I force here, the better. And because his Ampharos is max special attack modest, it is very unlikely to also have HP and Spadef investment to take Ice Beams from Greninja. So it is more than likely already in Ice Beam range from Greninja. As is the Drapion probably as well. Let me run some calcs real quick again. So Greninja against Mega Ampharos, if it's got 132 HP, Ice Beam kills it at 85%, so after 2 rock switch-ins, it will be definitely within range of Ice Beam. Even if he's max HP, max special attack modest, we're going to be knocking him out. So he is definitely in range. We'll give him some Spadef even. Okay, yeah, so he's probably in range. Drapion, if he's AV, Surf is doing a minimum of 49%. Well, let's give him a little bit of HP, probably 45. He goes into this. Okay, this is not a problem for me because I just click substitute. And this Golurk does not beat me, ever. I specifically made this Gliscor with Golurk in mind. I speed crept it because I did not want to be undersped, or I did not want to be outsped and then have him able to go for Ice Punches. I can 100% just worry with Protect and Substitute, and I will not lose any HP while his Toxic whittles away at him. He can go for Ice Punch. That's totally fine. We're going to gain some HP. He's going to lose a little bit, and then we're going to click Protect, and he's going to have to switch. Actually, maybe my play here is to click Substitute. I think Substitute's the better play here, because he's probably going to switch. He knows that I can just Protect and Substitute on this thing all day. So if he switches, I get a Substitute up, and it's not like it'll take me many turns to regain the HP. Because all I need to do is put him in Earthquake range, and then I'll get that extra, this little 12% that I'm sacrificing to risk this Substitute right now. I can get that back when I go for Earthquake to knock him out. So if I go for Substitute here, we're looking good. Like I said, Gliscor I think can take on the rest of his team. We go for Substitute, he stays in. Okay, I'm a bit surprised. I think at this point he might just be trying to keep me from getting a Substitute on something else. Because yeah, this Golurk is going down. probably should have Earthquake there now that I think about it, because Toxic is going to kill him after this next Protect. Yeah. And so I don't end up getting that little 12% of HP I let myself take because of the risk with the substitute. The 2 consecutive substitutes. But yeah, Greninja should be able to clean up at this point, because Drapion will be coming in at what? Like, less than 40%. I think his only bet is to try to flinch me down. So I think I just go into Porygon 2 here. Oops, that's not the right Porygon. I can't let him Nasty Plot up. I can Protect too. I think I'm gonna substitute here. Yeah. Alright, clean. So we set up a substitute on his Nasty Plot. Now we can afford to Protect. And what's great is every single time he breaks our sub, on the turn I anticipate him breaking our sub, I click substitute again. And we just beat this Togekiss. Like I said probably like 10 turns ago, I think Gliscor can 1v1 the rest of his team. And here you go. Here you go. So we can Protect now. He's going to take a little bit of Toxic damage. If he, predicts that, he can go for Roost all he wants. And then on the next turn, I don't think he can flinch us through a sub. I think that's the big deal here. He can't flinch us while we're behind a sub. So it kind of sucks, but like, this is how Gliscor is going to do it. Sub Protect with Toxic Stall. Yeah, I'm just waiting for in the Discord where everyone's like, oh my god, it's so lame, it's so Nick, blah blah blah. It's like, fine, it's whatever. You keep Nasty Plotting. We're just going to click Substitute again. So you can break our Substitute. I don't think we can get flinched behind a Substitute. So... yeah, I think that's GG. Gliscor and definitely Greninja can take on the rest of his team. So this final 3, this core 3, are definitely pulling through. Man, I'm glad I at least identified them pretty early. I'm glad I saved Porygon 2. I'm glad I went for that Trick Room and sacked Bronzong for the sake of keeping Porygon 2 around. Alright, so we got a +4 Mega Ampharos in here. I definitely outspeed this, so we are going to click Toxic on you. We miss, that's unfortunate. As he goes for Agility, that's also somewhat unfortunate. That's definitely unfortunate, actually. If we hit that Toxic, we just won. If we hit that Toxic, we just won. Now, it might be a bit of a different story. We need to hit this Toxic, because he has Hidden Power Ice. Okay, we hit the Toxic at least. The question is, does Mega Ampharos at +2 outspeed my Greninja? Now this is... I can't even believe it. That Toxic miss might just cost us the game. Let's see here. I think it is going to outspeed us. It depends on how much speed he has. My Greninja is at 363 speed. So he might actually outspeed us. He would need to be near max speed, modest. He would have to have a lot of speed investment to do so. So he's running Thunderbolt and Agility and Hidden Power. The question is, does he Agility again here? Does he Agility again? Or do I go into, I don't know, Porygon 2? I think what I can do is potentially put him in Water Shuriken range. probably not running HP then. Now this just got really scary because of that Toxic Mist. That just got really scary. The question is, does he hit Empower here? Or does he Agility here, knowing he needs to outspeed Greninja? Because if I substitute, I win. He can't let me substitute. So I'm going to Protect. As he goes for Thunderbolt. So he's still trying to make reads now. Still trying to make reads now. Scary. Scary, scary, scary. So the next turn is 18%. Next turn after that is what? 24%? So I need 2 or 3 turns. I think I'm going to go into Porygon 2 here. On a potential HP Ice. So he goes for Dragon Pulse. We live a hit. That's actually really important because I don't really need Porygon 2 at this point. And because we live that hit, we're going to force him to take another turn of Toxic, which means I can go back into my Gliscor and click Protect and force him to die, per se. Or switch out. And then that's pretty much a GG. So I definitely sack Porygon 2 here. I'll click Ice Beam. And now I go back into Gliscor. And I click Protect. And if he switches out, he's in Water Shuriken range. So even if they go through all of this nonsense again with Agility and Baton Pass, I'll be able to Water Shuriken him with Greninja. So I think we're back in the clear. It was really scary because of that Toxic Mist, but I think we're back in the clear. Porygon 2 coming in clean. Living that hit. Actually really important. Actually really important. Otherwise, I would be in this exact situation right now, except I would have already protected with the Gliscor. So I would have to go for a double Protect or sack Gliscor, pretty much. And I still think Greninja could do it, it just wouldn't be as clean. Yeah, I think we're in a 100% checkmate spot now. Because at this point I click Protect. Even if he goes into Togekiss, Togekiss is weakened, and if he goes into Togekiss, I guarantee that I can get out of there with a sub. And like anything else that comes in is going to be in Greninja's range. So I think we're good. Man, this nasty plot Baton Pass Togekiss really led to some threats. Really led to some threatening X-Cloud, some threatening Mega Ampharos. I'm glad I brought 3 Mons with max special defense. All 3 of my defensive Mons are max HP, max special defense, Spadef boosting nature. So he goes into Drapion. So that's fine by me, because I can get a substitute on this. He can't heal up. So he can go for Knockoff. But I don't think he can actually do anything to me. Yeah. So he can try Nasty Plotting again if he wants. His play might be to try to outstall my substitutes and my protects. That could be what he's trying to do here. I just need to make sure Togekiss never has more than like 70%-ish HP when Greninja is in against it. So he's probably going to Nasty Plot here. I'm just going to spam Toxic because, yeah, he's not going to break my sub. I don't need to protect, and I don't want to waste either of those. I think... Let's see, next turn, 18%. Does he try to break my sub this turn? Let's see. We'll protect. He baton passes. Okay, I see. It's all making sense now. So he either is gonna, I don't know, he's gonna go into Togekiss probably now and try to heal up again, and it might be drawn out, but he can only do that, I think, 2 more times, because then Drapion will die from Stealth Rock. So I'll just EQ here as he probably goes back into Togekiss, but there's no way I'm going to risk switching into Greninja on a potential knockoff or a potential Earthquake or something like that. So we'll Earthquake this Drapion, and nice. Goes back into this. He can Roost up if he wants to, but because he doesn't have Drapion anymore, like, he can only reset the Toxic counter so many times. Yeah, so I think I'm in the clear. I don't have to worry as much about PP anymore. Fire Blasts. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty anticlimactic ending, but, like, it is what it is. Yeah, so he's at 18%. Next time he comes in, he's going to be below 70%, and, like, yeah, we should be able to do it with Greninja. And we can just kind of spam Protect and Substitute a bit, as he's just going to keep roosting, which is fine. We'll Earthquake here, as he probably switches into Ampharos now, because he's going to be losing a lot of HP on the next turn. Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, this is probably the end of the game at this point, so we'll Protect. Hopefully keep our sub. He goes for Baton Pass. He goes into this. He dies from Toxic and Rock, so goes back into this, and yeah, this is gonna be GG. Because there's no way he recovers enough HP to take on Toxic and Greninja's Ice Beam. He catches me with a Fire Blast. So he breaks my sub at least. But it's not like he's really powered up or anything like that, so I can afford to get another sub, and that's going to be GG. There's no way he roosts up while taking toxic damage to the point of beating my Greninja, or taking on my Greninja's Ice Beam. So hope there's no Salt. Hope he's not mad because of this Gliscor set. I said in the team builder, I said earlier in the match, it might come down to this, but like, it is what it is. I needed this kind of catch-all, like, be able to beat just about anything set, so it is what it is. I gotta do what you gotta do to win. And I think we're going to be starting off our season on the right step, or the right note. I don't know what the correct terminology is, but we have just... Oh, he had to go for the roost. Next turn will do it. He's still going for roost, trying to stay alive. Toxic will eventually take you down, my friend. Resistance is futile. Oh my lord. 48%. He keeps roosting. Give in. You need to give in. Oh man. Well, at least I'm out of substitutes. I don't know if he wanted that for some reason, but alright. GG, Chase. That was actually a really good game. I know Sub, Protect, Toxic, Gliscor is not fun to fight, nor is it really fun to watch. It's not even that exciting to use, but like, it's good. It's what I needed to do to win this week. I had a lot of specially defensive Mons, and I needed something that could force some mind games, that could get me some consistent chip damage for Mons like Greninja to clean up, which I was able to clean up with potentially in the back. I do think the team overall worked out pretty well. I think the, the Porygon 2 Bronzong Gliscor core worked out perfectly for Golurk. That was exactly what I wanted to do to force him to mess around. I liked having Toxic on all three of Gliscor, Porygon 2, and Bronzong, because that was how I beat Golurk. That was how I beat Ampharos. That was how I beat Togekiss, right? Like, really, really important chip damage on those Mons that I was only able to do because I had so much Toxic, and because I was able to recover up with my bulky Mons. And sadly, Raikou didn't get to do as much as I wanted. It got some relatively important chip damage on Drapion, though, and Greninja. Greninja didn't really do anything this match. It got, the Water Shuriken kill on X-Cloud, which was clutch, but it definitely could have swept at the end there instead of Gliscor. I just didn't want to risk it. So, yeah, really good match, again, to Chase. Like I said, the end seemed relatively boring and, not as fun and stuff, but you really had me thinking. You really caught me by surprise with some of your sets and forced me to really mentally adapt. So it was a fun match, and I'm looking forward to next week, and I hope you guys are as well. But until then, this has been Night Zero, and this mission is complete.